Welcome to SickBiker Studio. If I was to tell you what made me completely different rider this season compared to the previous season, that would be at least three factors. Changing of my diet, some changes and tweaks in my training, but still, and thirdly, that little thing. Tacx Flux, about $800 direct drive system and all the features that the modern higher level indoor trainers have. I've made already the review and like the first impressions 5 months ago. Today I'm just going to tell you how it really did, how it worked, how it's been working for all these 5 months. Did I have some issues with the whole drive system, as some fluxes do develop? We'll see. Let's turn into the test. In this part, I'm gonna only focus on the things that, in my opinion, will be crucial for you as a potential buyers of this kind of the turbo trainer. So this is the direct drive, and it gives you some advantages over the traditional one. This is my Tacx Bushido. It stays here. I'm loving it. But if you use this kind of turbo trainer where you put your bike with the rear wheel on the roller here and fix it into the frame, you need to, one, replace the quick release. You need to use the original one for the turbo trainer, and secondly, most importantly, you need to have the indoor trainer specific tire. And yes, you are right, replacing the tire each time when you decide to go outside and inside and outside because the weather is better, now it's raining, isn't really practical. So in practice, those who use these traditional trainers often or regularly will buy another rear wheel anyway and put the indoor tire on it. On the direct drive, it is much easier, but I would recommend to have another cassette. You can remove the cassette from your wheel, put it on the trainer, and then put the bike on the trainer. It won't be that practical. It's easier than replacing the tire, but the best option is just to buy the turbo trainer, direct drive, and the cassette. Then putting the bike on the trainer and then going and ride outside is super easy and fun. And here is how we do it. Done. Now you might also wonder how loud this thing is, so I'm gonna put the mic right here on the ground, on the floor in my studio, and go and ride it. So this is the warm-up tempo. Sounds pretty good and nice. Also for your neighbors. And now let's go for just about 500-600 watts and 45-50 kilometers per hour. It's still great. As you heard, the sound is soft and it's pretty quiet. No vibration that would go through the floor to our neighbors, for example. So that's good. What about the connectivity? Let's see the example of my Sigma Rocks 11.0. Searching for this sensor, my indoor trainer is super quick. So that's it. One of these are also my power meter pedals. I don't remember which is which, but it never took me more than 10 seconds to find my Tacx Flux indoor trainer and to connect it. Now let's see what my PC will say. I'm connecting to my computer the ANT Plus antenna. You can see right away I have all the sensors connected. This is the cadence sensor, that's through my indoor trainer. This is the controllable trainer, so Zwift has found it. And also here I can find different, different power data sources. So these are my Favero Asioma pedals, and this is the power meter. I'm not sure why power meter sends like two different sources of power, but whichever you would choose, you're gonna see the power. If you don't have the power meter, it's gonna work for you. So this is flawless. And this is how we can train with this trainer on the Zwift, for example. really flawless, nice. You can set up the Zwift to control the resistance on the trainer, so when there is a climb there, you're gonna feel it. And it feels pretty natural, so I like it a lot. You can also switch off the erg mode and control your resistance simply by changing the gears, and no matter whether you're going up the hill or down the hill, resistance won't change on your trainer. Let's sum up the 5 months of testing. First question, did I have any issues with this Flux? Yes, I had. After 2 months of training, I had to have the unit replaced. So this is the second one actually, and this one has 3 months. How this issue develops, you're gonna hear some strange sounds, some weird sounds inside the whole drivetrain of the turbo trainer, like when I was slowing down, stopping pedaling, and the Flux would still spin, you could hear and it was going okay, it was still very fluid and fine, but the sound was just bad. So I sent it back to Tacx, and I got just new one within a couple of days. As far as I know, they don't fix your Flux, they just send you the new one, the completely new unit. I don't know whether now they have like the second generation of Flux, which doesn't have this problem with the belt inside of the drivetrain, but yes, some YouTubers, some reviewers online have been developing these problems. I recommend that you watch Shane Miller. He does the best turbo trainers, super precise and detailed reviews of those. Mine is, at least I think, very practical. So yes, this is the second one, now it works. For all those Flux users, if you have one, you have to make like at least 2 or 3 super strong interval sessions with some super strong accelerations and slowing down. If it holds, it probably doesn't have this problem and it will hold. But if you just like spin lightly, do some recovery rides or warm up, and maybe after a year or 2 you decide to make super strong intervals, then you can develop the problem, and maybe the warranty will not cover it after a year or 2. So check your Flux. If it's good, it should be good, and it should just hold on. Another good thing about it is that on this one, my wheel would sometimes slip when I accelerate very hardly. On the direct drive, there is no such a problem. About $800, different competitors do have pretty similar stuff for $800. So direct drive, same systems, all the Strava, Zwift compatibility, controllable, and so on. As for the power accuracy, check out Shane Miller. He's super precise in this, but I didn't see any major differences between my Favero Ashioma, which are quite precise power meters, pedals, and the Flux. So I would say for the training, even for some half pro or even pro training, this should be enough. But the pro riders will have the power meter anyway. So that's it, $800. Who should buy a turbo trainer for $800? Who should buy for $200? If this is your first trainer and you don't know whether you will like it, buy the cheapest one. If you want to ride regularly, if you think a lot about your fitness, maybe losing weight, so riding all year long, no matter the weather, and you want to have silent environment in your house, in the block, buy such a trainer. I recommend that. That's it. If you have any further questions, put those in the comments. I'm gonna be checking out this video like once a week within 2 months to see whether you have any further questions. That's it, guys. See ya. Bye bye.